Hey, this is Peggy with Easy Peasy Machine Embroidery, and today I am in Premiere Plus Ultra. Let's make a gift tag, something very easy to do. So, I am in the Premiere Plus Ultra program, and the first thing you need to do is change your hoop to whatever size you want. And then we're going to go down to that little flower that's in the lower left-hand side of your screen. And I have already saved a picture of a gift tag template that I got off of Google Images. And here it is. And I'm going to say next. This right here is you can skew that tag. So if I went to a 5, it's going to skew it just a little bit. I don't want that, so I'm going to set it back to 0. I am going to use a 120 by 120 hoop. Remember, 1 inch is roughly 25 millimeters. We're going to say next. All these colors really don't matter. I could set it back to 2 and say, oh, I see 2 colors. And really, there's no changes there. And what I'm going to do is go into the Quick Create tab. So right up here in Quick Create, I do not want any pattern fill, so I'm going to click in the top of that box and turn it off. And I am going to do just a running stitch to start out with. Quick stitch and quick stitch with auto hole. If I just choose quick stitch right now, it's going, and I had a fill on, a pattern fill or any of those fills, it would totally do the whole thing and just totally disregard this hole in the center. But if I click on quick stitch with autofill and I click in here, you can see that it actually cut that hole out for me. And if you have any doubts about what's there and what isn't there, you can go to the View tab and you can turn that background off and see what you got. I like to leave it on sometimes. Sometimes I'll turn it completely off. So right now I'm going to keep it off. And that is going to be like a placement line for me. And let's see. I'm going to do this kind of like an applique. So I'm going to add another color. And I'm doing that so I know that my machine is going to stop. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a right click on the second tile, and I'm going to say duplicate. Notice duplicate puts it just off to the side so you can see it. If I hit copy, it would be right on top, and I may not know that I actually had 2 copies there. And I am now going to my panel number 3, and I'm going to left click and drag it down so it is underneath. And actually, I'm going to delete that one for now because I just wanted to show you what duplicate and copy. I'm going to do a copy. I'm going to click on that light blue color, and now I'm going to do a paste. And see how it's right on top of it? So you got the dark blue, then you have the light blue. And I'm going to change that light blue into a I'm gonna right click over panel number 4 and go down to properties, and I am going to change that running stitch into a double stitch. And this is what's gonna hold my fabric or my cork or whatever it is I'm going to put on there. It's gonna hold it down, and I can cut around it when I'm done if it's an applique. And these kinds of things depend on what you're going to do with them. All right, so now I got a double stitch. And now I'm going to go home, and I'm going to go into Super Designs, and I'm going to pick Holidays. And I'm going to go out there and grab the snowman. And I think probably the 60 is okay. Just going to drag him down there a little bit. So now it's going to stitch the snowman out. And pretty much I would have a gift tag as it is, but I don't like my stitching to show on the back side. So I'm going to do one more copy. I can copy either slide 2 or slide 4. So I'm going to do slide 4, and I'm going to say copy. I'm going to go way down here to the last stitch of the snowman, and I'm going to say insert color change, and I'm going to do something that's way different from all the other colors, because if I picked one of the other colors and I did a color sort, that would not be pretty. And remember, when you're pasting, it's going to paste it below the slide tile that you are highlighted. So here's my paste. So now it is going to do a double stitch. And I can even, properties. I'm wondering if I can, nope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a insert stop. And I am going to go into my properties menu, and on that stop, I'm going to say tape to back. I'm going to say tape fabric to the back side. So when I print my color sheet out, it's going to put that direction in there for me. And so now I have a double stitch. It is going to double stitch that fabric on the back side. And it can be a double stitch, it can be a single stitch, really. And we're going to do one more thing. I'm going to go to properties. I'm going to go to copy. And I'm going to go paste. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a insert stop. And I'm going to say cut. Cut around the fabric or whatever I want to put in there. What did I put here? So it said tape fabric to the back side. This one we're going to say cut around the fabric, both sides. And I'm going to do one more insert color change. So now we've cut around everything. I'm going to pick this color, And I'm going to do one more paste. And now I'm going to change it to a satin stitch. And I'm going to do a size 3. And there we have our gift tag. And I could actually add a name here or a to and then handwrite it in, whatever I wanted to do. If I wanted to do insert lettering, I'd do insert lettering here, but I would probably do it in the main program. And anytime you're working in the Create module, when you're done creating, you're going to go into the folder that you want to store all that stuff, and I'm going to call it gift tag EDO. And I am typing illiterate. So anyway, I like to just write that EDO in the file name because sometimes you can tell what it is by the icon that shows up with it, but I just do that just because. I don't know. Anyway, what you just did is you can go back in this later and say you stitched it out once and you're like, I want this to be just a little bit different. You can go back in and change it. Maybe your outline, your satin stitch outline was too thick. You can go back in and change that. And remember, once you click on it, right click, properties, and that allows you to change those things. If you need to box something in and you're not seeing it, it's in the Home tab, Box Select. Remember to turn the background off. There's your background slider. On and off. Okay, and then lastly, you're going to do your export embroidery. And I was hoping it would do this. So we're going to say, okay, yeah, your embroidery is too large. It won't fit in the hoop. So we go to the Home tab and we say modify the block and scale it to fit the hoop. And now we can either save the EDO file over again, but we can just do express your export embroidery and gift tag exported. And I like to put my initials after that to show I'm the one that created that file. And we are good to go. So now we close it out. And I can open it in Premiere Plus. Now the new Sonnet software, you don't have to do all that. The save as the EDO and reopen it and all those kinds of things. It's pretty seamless. So there is my gift tag. So if I want to add lettering, I would do that here. But I would probably, I don't know what I would do. Depends on what fabric I'm putting it on. If I'm doing this gift tag on cork or something, I could probably handwrite it with a Sharpie. If I do lettering, I tend to do the lettering the very first thing because I hate having all this stitched out and then I do the lettering and it's the lettering that messes up. So anyway, that's just me. And we have created the gift tag. So lesson is over and catch you later.